So here I am on my 5-year anniversary ride. I started mountain biking almost exactly 5 years ago on this Saturday with a Walmart mountain bike, which I'll have pop up on the screen here, that I named Spartacus. And I named it Spartacus because I think after the first ride I was like, I felt like Spartacus, even though I didn't know what I was doing and I didn't know what I didn't know. It was my first mountain bike ride. I thought, you know, I'm going to name this old Walmart bike Spartacus. I'm lucky I didn't kill myself on that bike. Some of the stuff I did was pretty crazy. Like the time Ron and I think it was maybe the end of my first month, maybe the beginning of my second month. It was in July, a month later after I started. We did lower foothills on the west side and upper foothills on this bike you see on the screen. It has V brakes, FYI. There's no disc brakes on this thing. And one of the V brakes broke, and it was just, you know, I made it all the way out to the end of lower foothills, and then the V brakes broke on some of those little ups, you know, those little hills where you go up and down, up and down, up and down. If you've been on lower foothills, you know what I'm talking about. And I ended up hiking my bike, riding it on some flat areas and on some downhills, but I had to be careful on the downhills because I had no brakes. I ended up hiking my bike for probably over half, maybe 2/3 of upper foothills, all the way back to the park. I ran out of water. It was July. It was 100 degrees outside, and Ron had to go. I said, go get water, go fill up some bottles and come back. I'll be hiking. Well, he ran out too because he shared some of his with me, and I remember making it all the way to the base of Big Bertha, that hill there at Tom Mays that you can go up to get to the pavilions. And I sat on the bench down at the bottom and threw my bike down. Poor Spartacus. And I called Ron, and he was up at the top with the Ranger, and the Ranger came down in his pickup truck, a 4-wheel drive truck. I didn't even know they could come down that road, but they opened the gate, and the Ranger came down that road in a 4-wheel drive. I remember when he picked up Spartacus to throw him in the back of the truck. This is in the middle of the pandemic, so I had a mask on me, and I put a mask on when I got in this truck. But I remember when he threw Spartacus in the back of that truck, he goes, "Are you crazy? Man, that's a heavy bike." So when you see Spartacus on the screen, just know it's a heavy Walmart bike with inner tubes, and I put Tannis armor liners. I thought I was so cool having Tannis armor liners. Little did I know about tubeless at that point. Which, God, in the Southwest, in the desert Southwest especially, if you're not tubeless, you're nuts. It was just quite the experience, and you know, it didn't deter me. If that was the hardest thing I ever did, well, the Puzzler was probably the second hardest thing, but that was hard. And I figured, well, if I can survive that, I can survive anything. And 3 bikes later, my second bike was my Trek Marlin 7. I thought I was just the coolest thing in the world with my first official, not really mountain bike, but it was a hardtail, and it worked great. And I did Black Diamond trails on that thing, Satole, Northern Pass, Anna's, with Arnold. Arnold, you probably remember that if you're watching this. That was a interesting ride down Anna's over on you know, the Palisades Canyon area where I'm going today, which is again where I went on my first mountain bike ride. So third bike, Giant Trance 29. Oh my God, it changed my world. It made me realize that equipment is everything. Not only is it easier on my old butt, because now I'm 61. At the time I got that, I think I was 59. I realized just how much smoother and how much more comfortable and how much more capable that bike was on the downhill, on the chunk, and trails like Satole. It didn't beat me up. I wasn't so exhausted at the end of that trail. It changed my world. And now my third new mountain bike is well, I have 4 if you count Spartacus, but now the latest one is my Pivot Trail 429. And again, it's kind of revolutionized what I'm capable of doing. Got that bike from Podium Finish. I'm a brand ambassador for Podium Finish and Pivot Cycles now, And it took me about 6 to 7 months to get that bike dialed in because I didn't have the geometry in the cockpit the right way. Okay, here we go. Boy, they trimmed some trees out of here, didn't they? Duck right there. Snake season. Definitely gotta watch for rattlers today. I remember climbing up this first low climb. When I got up to the top of this, I had to stop and take a break. That's how out of shape I was from a cardiovascular standpoint. Didn't have the strong legs I have now. I was huffing and puffing, and I still do that, but it's a lot easier. Right there, I had to stop. And I went, whew, this is hard. Okay. Whacked the shit out of my knee on the handlebars already. That tells you how steep this stuff is. Whew. Take 3. Speed. Speed, Michael. Come on, go. Go. I decided to do Monk's Vertigo. It's harder than Monk's. Chunkier, techy sections. Pretty crazy, but it is a blast. Oh, damn. Man, it's amazing how just a little rock can stop you if you don't have enough speed. That was just a little baseball-sized rock. And because I didn't have enough speed, boom. Stops you in your tracks. I haven't been down this in a while. I've never attempted this before. Today's the day. Down this right side. Hug that loose rock. Gotta have speed right here. A lot of speed. Speed, 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 speed. And up this. To right up here. If I can keep going, great. If not, I'll stop here. I remember the first time I came here, and the first time I rode this, I took a break there and I watched a guy ride through here and then come up this, and I was just so amazed that somebody on a bike could come up that. Here I am 5 years later and I'm going to do it. I feel confident because I know how to let the speed on the bike help you get up shit like this. It's all about speed. So when I come down the slab, once I get past that first dip and I hit right here, I gotta stomp on it and get my speed, use that downhill to give me a little momentum, blast up that to that flat section. And I think I can do it, no problem. big drop coming up here in a minute. A couple of them on this thing. There's one. Why'd you want to do one's vertical, Mike? Well, because I wouldn't have imagined doing this as a rookie. No way in hell. 5 years ago. So many loose rocks that can jerk you off the bike, that's for sure. This climb right here is a bitch. Yikes. I don't think there's many mountain bikers that can make that. There are some, I'm sure. Mackie, some of the local pros. But intermediate riders, weekend warriors like me, there ain't no way. I'm not delusional at 61. There are some sections that I just know I don't want to try, and I'm never going to do it at my age. Maybe on an e-bike, but even then I don't know if I can do that. Section right here, fun little downhill, not too challenging till you get to the bottom. Some chunk down there if my memory serves me right, if my memory serves me right. Ross is handling the chunk. It's the first time he's been on these trails, and he is handling it extremely well. Pivot Trail 429 is one capable bike for a trail, XC, or enduro. It's kind of a Swiss Army knife that will do pretty much anything you want it to do. It's a decent climber. I'm getting better at climbing with it now that I have a 30-tooth oval on here instead of the 32-tooth round one. Tight you, mama. See, I knew it got rocky and chunky down here at the bottom. And loose. That's just dangerous shit. I think it's just my pack I hear with the water slushing around. Playing tricks on me.